good, y'all? We're back. This week it's just me and Cyrus. Kevin's got other podcast commitments this week, and Merritt's got some, family stuff, little kid going on. Yeah, so me and Cyrus gonna hang out for a few minutes and go through some stuff. How we doing, Cyrus?
I'm doing great. Actually have some street corn in front of me for
There we go.
dinner.
There
So
we go. I made some tacos
um
earlier.
yeah, we'll be having tacos too as well. So after we get done, I'll be munching those. But no,
There we
everything's
go.
good. It's a couple weeks after the brawl. I see that Nico was leaving, but we'll get further into that. But
Yeah.
just we're just good in a good place and just figure we put some of course some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
So I
So
actually I decided because this is all me this week apparently because I wrote
yeah.
the
You wrote that, yeah, break down our first topic.
so let's get into the WNBA. The finals is just we were supposed to do this last week, so we just can't really do it the way we wanted to do it, but we'll
We'll make
fin
some adjustments on the
we'll make
fly.
some adjustments. Yeah, we'll make some in July. So WNBA update. We're talking about Napisha Collier statement
Yeah.
to Commissioner F. Hart about the status of the league and the officiating and everything. And um I think this is I'm kind of agreeing with what most people say that she may have talked her served her last year as commissioner of the WNBA. I think it's just a bad stance that she has going on, and to hear the things that she says about some of the players and some of the things going on. I mean, business wise, she may know what she's doing, but you're not setting like a precedent for the people you do have run, in the league and the players between players and the coaches and other people running it. So, um, that's just my stance on it. I think that may be the case now because I don't think that anybody's going to want to have to deal with that. Especially just like you could see just happened the other night. They didn't call that one play in the later the I forget who the player was um, had a concussion and is not going to be in the finals. And she's a vital
Yeah.
part of the Phoenix Mercury. So, um, those are things that as a commissioner, you try to keep those players or your key players in the game, especially during finals time. I mean, again, obviously during regular season it happens, but yeah, that's the way I feel about it. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah. I'm not as opted into the NBA as you and Kevin would be for sure. But I do pay attention to it. I watch the finals games and obviously like I'm aware of the teams that are good and stuff, probably more than the average person. And I do think that there's a significant problem in the WNBA right now
Yeah,
between those who own and run the teams and the commissioner's office and the admin of the league itself and the players
right.
in there. Um, I imagine that they have like a union WNBA Players Association.
Yeah,
Um,
the CBA is actually
yeah.
coming up.
Oh, is it coming out?
It's actually coming up. That's why they're really tagging this. That's why
Yeah.
it's really been talked about like that because
Yeah.
they've gotten to the point where they're starting to try to get they want to get paid more. And again,
Yeah, of course.
we talked about this ad nauseum on here, right? So we all sort of come to the agreement that yeah, they should get paid a little bit more. We don't know to what degree, but we
Yeah.
know they should get paid a little bit more.
Well, we don't have all
Um,
the numbers and stuff. I think they
no,
should
no,
probably
no,
be taking in a larger. They're running into, I think, a similar problem that MLB is running into,
mm,
where we don't know exactly how much profit these
right,
clubs are making, and their profit margin is not equal or fair, equitable to the players' like salary to what they're
right,
making.
right.
And much like professional baseball, if we ask the league and the teams to start like monetizing how much money they make and that sort of thing,
Hmm.
it then becomes a whole bigger argument of like, well, is concessions money? Is
Right.
like marketing, does that count against cost, or does it count as just like everyday function of a basketball team? We have to
Right.
market our team.
Right.
And so I think the problem here is that the league is getting too far detached from its actual base, being the
Right.
players and the
Right.
rosters on these teams, and they should be valued much more by this league and taken much more into account when decisions are made.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think,
especially yeah, especially when you look at the rival. The rival,
yeah, oh yeah,
they did. You see, they just gave, I forget the player's name. They just gave they because it just happened like literally the other day. They just
hmm
gave her like a multi-year, like she's near like she's almost near $1 million. I think her salary is
hmm
almost near $1 million or something like that. So
even more,
the fact that she's getting that type of money, and it's a 3-on-3 full court league. I mean,
yeah,
it's a 3-on-3 full court league, and they're finding a way to put this money back into the players is where,
yeah,
yeah. So um
yeah. I think it's a good sign that
yeah,
this sort of thing is happening. It's important, I think, to remember that like this sort of thing happens when leagues are growing. You know what I
right.
mean? Like as there's more money, there's more attention, there's more of a spotlight, and there's more dialogue about the sport and the league happening. So people are going to be more interested in trying to make more money, and we just want to make sure that everybody is getting what they
Yeah.
deserve.
I mean, especially with them trying to game with them having what 3 or 4 teams getting ready to get what 3 or 4 teams getting ready to get put out within the next 5 years. They're getting ready to have three or
Yeah,
four teams.
big
So I mean that
expansion.
yeah, the expansion team. So I mean that's a lot to that's a lot to be, to be sitting there in that situation to have somebody that you really can't have a working relationship with. You don't have to be personally fond of them, but you got a working
Yeah,
relationship. So
but
like
absolutely.
how you representing your Boston hat today, because
Yeah, I
you know.
am. We can, yeah. I'm repping my Boston shirt and the t-shirt I got in New York earlier
Oh
this
yeah, yeah,
summer.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I still got my yellow shirt. Still there. Still upstairs.
yeah, I'm wearing my Boston hat. Shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays. Never thought I would root for them, but they're doing well for me so far. I couldn't stand to watch that Yankee team continue to play. And
Oof.
after last night, I believe it's over. I think they won game four
Yeah, it's over now.
last night.
They're yeah, they're going on to the ALCS.
Yep.
Toronto's going to the ALCS. I don't know if the other team won yet. I honestly don't follow baseball that I don't follow baseball until it gets like to the World Series. Then it's
Yeah.
a little bit more,
The
you know.
Phillies Dodgers series is still going. The Dodgers are, oh, we can do a quick baseball segment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dodgers are up 2-1 on the series.
Okay.
Brewers Cubs. Brewers won last night, I believe. No,
Okay.
Cubs won last night.
Hmm.
But Milwaukee's up 2-1.
Okay.
Um, Toronto ended up winning 3-1 last night with the win over the Yankees. Tigers are up or they're tied 2-2 with the Mariners after yesterday, I believe they played. Yep, yesterday, game four. Tigers won. Yeah, no, those are the series that we still have left going. So winner of the Cubs Brewers series, which looks like it's going to be Milwaukee, will play the winner of Dodgers Phillies, which is looking like it's going to be Dodgers, and the winner of Seattle Detroit will play Toronto. Um, and then we'll have a
Well,
World Series in our hands.
this is a Phillies household here. I'm not a Phillies fan personally. It's a Phillies household here. So, you know, my daughter loves Alec Bohm, and I don't
There
know
you
what
go.
I forget the other guy.
Well, shout
Uh,
out the Phillies. Hopefully,
yeah,
Kyle Schwarber can get something done for you guys. And
hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully. Not a big baseball fan, but hopefully
yeah,
for the city's
yeah,
sake,
for
I'm
the
one.
city's
Yeah,
sake.
yeah,
And
for the
shout out
city's
to the
sake.
city of Boston, repping
Yeah.
Toronto. I don't know who I'm gonna really root for going forward. I like the Mariners. Shout out Cal Riley. Um, He's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't love the
I
Dodgers,
just hope
but
for a good series. To be honest
yeah,
with you, man, I just
yeah,
hope for a good World Series. Just,
yeah,
so it's not like, last couple have been kind of flat and it's, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Last year was like entertaining with the like New York and LA series, but I didn't think that New York was really a team that should have made that World Series.
right.
Um,
Well,
so
Judge got hot
yeah,
last year, and
no,
that was the
that's
thing.
true. That's
Yeah,
true. And
Judge just got
you
hot.
can't
That
stop
was,
home runs in the playoffs can't stop it. So,
yeah.
happens. But yeah, do we want to move on to
So we could talk about the finals. I mean, they're doing game four tonight,
okay,
and the Aces are up 2-1.
okay.
But with like I said, with Tay, I forget her name. She's out, and that was the other person that was helping their main player out. So, um, I the hope is that I mean honestly I think this is the Aces series to lose. Just because Asia Wilson's playing out of her mind, and the rest of that team is just so locked in. They go on the streak they did, and they still be playing as well as they have. I mean, I don't think they're destined not to do anything else. So, I mean, that's just the unfortunate thing about sports. She's just that really. I mean, she hit a game winner with two people in her face.
Yeah.
I mean,
What more can you
listen,
do?
yeah, there's nothing much else you can do. It was like she was wide open and she just happened to get that miss and made it. Like
Yeah.
she had two women legitly in her face, like just two players legitly in her face, and she made it.
Yeah.
The next thing that we were put on the list was NBA update. I feel like we need like
Jason Tatum
we,
dunked.
we,
There's a video
eh,
of it.
we need I feel like we need like theme music for when you said like NBA update. Like
Yeah. Cut in like the NBA on TNT intro. Yeah,
you got to find some music that we can't copyright though.
no, very true. That would be the hard part.
So they had media day.
Yep.
Uh, that media day, there were some really wild questions. The biggest one of all, they were asking about Kawhi Leonard and his issue, but he wiped it off like he normally does, and he said, "Hey, they'll do what they're gonna do, and we'll
Yep.
go from there." So it
Yeah.
is what it is. But media day is always fun. You get to hear some really wacky things and see
Yeah,
some
you get
things
to
going on.
see new lineups and stuff, people in new
Yeah,
jerseys.
New Jerseys and stuff like that. I mean, I like some of the newer stuff they have coming through, but
Yeah,
a lot of stuff hasn't been released yet either. So
true. Very true.
I did see that 2K that you could see the new Tatums in 2K though, so that was pretty
Yeah.
good to see at the time. So
Very true.
uh,
Yeah, I'm
there
trying to think
also
of
would well, I was going to say the one thing I did find interesting was that Seth Curry signed on media day to
yeah,
play with his brother. So
very true.
that's going to be interesting to see. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, very
That's going to be
true.
interesting to see. And now that they got Al Horford, which Matt's not
Yep.
going to be happy about that, but and now that they got Al Horford,
Yeah, we knew
um,
he was leaving, but it's still not good.
yeah, I mean, I I mean, I don't think there's anything. Honestly, I don't think. I think he was going to leave either way. I don't think he was. I don't think. I think this is a good fit for him. Like he won't play. He won't play a lot of minutes at the five.
No.
He'll split minutes with Draymond. He'll start the game. He'll probably wind up finishing most games, but he won't play a lot of minutes in between. Not unless they go against a bigger team. So you get
Yeah.
to save him towards the end of the season. So I think that'll be fine. I think there's a lot of teams that you'd be surprised with this year. Again, it's
Yeah.
probably another topic for another time, but I think
But
there'll be.
we can get preliminary thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, right now my thought is I think the Sixers and the Knicks will probably be the front runners to leave out the East, just because as long as everybody's healthy, obviously, right? I
Yeah.
can't really do for injuries, but as long as
Can't
everybody's
expect
healthy,
injuries.
yeah, I think the West is going to be wide open as it is. I mean, you still got Minnesota is looking stronger. Anthony Edwards went and got advice from Michael Jordan about, work on this post-up game.
Yep.
Wemby's coming back. I mean, they have some injuries already between Darren Fox and a couple other players are hurt, but um, I mean, all the regulars, are always going to be there as far as the West goes. Houston's going to be is definitely going to have an upgrade, so Houston's probably going to be up in the mix as well.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
there's going to be a lot of teams. There's going to be a lot of teams in the middle of that. But and honestly, I think Drew, I think most of those teams will weed their way out by like near All-Star break, because then you'll know who's selling, who's getting rid of players, who's
Yep.
tanking. So
Yeah, I think the Cavs will probably be good
yeah,
as well. The
definitely.
Magic looked
The
pretty
Magic
solid
will be a
last
surprise.
year.
The Magic, I
They'll probably
mean,
get better.
yeah, they won't be a surprise, but
No, but they'll
they
they'll
they
take a
can,
step for
yeah,
sure.
they'll definitely take a step. Yeah,
Pistons are great defensively. We saw that
yeah.
last season, so we'll probably take an offensive step forward. I don't know how many moves they or the Hawks have made, but I think those are both teams that could end up in like the play-in or playoff
Well, they made
seeding.
the
So
Pistons made a couple decent moves, but again, nothing that's earth shattering that's going to sit there and tell you that this team's going to be that much more better. But
yeah,
they'll be with Cade having another year under his belt,
yeah,
him being that. I think they'll be a top six team. I don't know if they'll be a top 14, but I think they'll be a
no, but
top
they
six
could be
team.
they could be a solid fifth seed.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm interested to see what teams like the Heat or the Pacers do.
right.
Same with like the Bucks, where there's rumors of them like losing Giannis and everything.
You heard about where the wife went to. The wife was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
staying here anymore."
Not in Milwaukee no more. So like I don't know. I think those teams probably play in teams, but probably going to be struggling a bit. I think the Wizards are in purgatory. Same with the
Wizards are always
Hornets and
purgatory,
the
man.
Bulls. Like those three teams are definitely going to be bottom five.
And I'm a Bulls fan, and I'll be the first one to say I say it again. I say it like I said last year. I think they should have just blew the team up. Like just literally just blew the team up, start from scratch. Listen, if you wanted to keep a
Yeah,
couple of two or three guys that were younger players that you can somewhat build around until you
Kobe
got
White's
your
great.
until you got your figurehead, I could see that, right? And then when it's time for him to move on, you can get maybe a couple of first round picks, maybe two or three guys back that can help you out once it's time to really let him go or to trade him. But
Yeah,
I mean, they're giving this GM one more year to figure it out, I guess, which
yeah.
I get, but
It's an
I mean,
interesting choice, but it's sports at the end of the day, so we'll see what
yeah,
happens.
I just don't like being in that, especially in that point. Like if you've been mediocre for the last, I'm gonna say you've been mediocre for the last 7 to 8 years,
Yeah,
but with injuries and everything considered, I there's no reason why
yeah.
at least at this point, if you had,
Change something.
yeah, I mean, with the guys that are coming out the next couple of years, I mean, had you, and I get it. I know it was a job that the NBA did to give Dallas Cooper flag, but had they been the worst team in the league, I mean, I don't see why Cooper flag wouldn't have been a shot to get to Chicago. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
top five pick. You could turn around and throw some draft picks in or whatever to Dallas or whoever was going to get the number one pick and be like, get him, and then you can start
build from
building,
there.
yeah, building your team from there, right? But
Yeah, it's one of those things. We'll have to see what happens. We
yeah,
won't know for the first quarter of the season or so how things are going to shake out for some of these teams. So, and then there's like the question of like Tatum in the East on the Celtics. How quickly is he
and
going to come back from injury? And he's not the only injured guy right
no,
now that
there's a
teams
bunch
are
of
waiting
guys
on.
that had that torn ACL and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, he probably would
yeah,
be back towards the end of the season, but a lot of these guys they have said they don't want to bring them back too fast.
yeah. Darius Garland, he's out right now. I think. He's working out light individual workouts.
Yeah.
Um, Kyrie's got a knee thing, I guess.
Well, Kyrie had sorry.
Van
Um
Fleet might not even play this year.
no, he's not.
Um,
Well, Van Fleet tore his Van Fleet got injured doing a workout, so he was done for the
yeah,
year. Um Kyrie got hurt during the playoffs, so Kyrie won't be
yep,
back until at least, if anything, the middle of the season. Same thing with Tatum,
yeah.
at least the middle of the season. But you know,
Halliburton is the same thing. The Pacers actually have been projected not to play at all this season.
yeah. But
Um,
they were so he was on so Tatum was on First Take, and they asked him about what his work, would he be coming back this year? He said,
yeah,
"Well,
I didn't do all
as
this
of
work
right,
not to play.
yeah, I mean, he's saying like he wants to play, but he wants to become back healthy and play. Like he doesn't want to come back and still be sort of injured or working through it. Like he wants to be
Yeah,
healthy when he comes back." So,
LeBron's
I,
got sciatica,
yeah, I've
right?
seen that.
That was the second decision thing, I think it was.
No, well, no,
Oh no,
he's
that was the Hennessy thing.
yeah,
Bait and switch on the Hennessy
yeah.
campaign.
Anybody else, everybody was like, "Oh my God,
Everybody's
did you
like,
see
hey,
it?
where's he going? Where's he going? No,
Did you see the ticket
no,
prices? Did you see
yeah,
the ticket prices
no.
went from $82 for a $82 for like a nosebleed seat to like $300-$400 for a nosebleed
Yeah,
seat. That's crazy.
no, that makes sense. Yeah, that's
And then it was
wild.
like the average ticket price is like 582.
Yep.
I was like, there was like after that happened, it was like the average ticket price is 582.
Yeah, no, that's wild
But
to me.
this is LeBron's body talking to him though.
True, very true. He's getting older.
This is his body talking to him. My honest opinion is that he went black on me. Um,
1 sec, I have another program open over it. I'll be
uh,
back in just 30 seconds. I'm checking something.
um, I am. I think I think this is just the end for him, to be totally honest. He's got he's got so much weighing on him with everything else. I think this is just probably the end of it. Like I don't think honestly, I don't think the Lakers are going to win the championship within the next 3 years. So I don't think there's not a reason for him to
No.
there's no reason for him to be out there, put himself out there. And
Yeah,
I get it.
I was.
He's probably waiting for Bryce. He just doesn't want to say it like he did with Bron. He's probably waiting for Bryce, but I
No,
don't
I
think
think
there's
Bryce is going to be better too, and I think that
nah,
he's
yeah,
in. No, I think he is, but I think he's going to be. I think he wants to try to make it that long, but he doesn't want to put the like pressure on
right,
Bryce to be like,
right,
oh, like I'm going to play with my son.
right.
Um, the thing about sciatica though is I'm pretty sure there isn't just a cure for it. It
Now
comes.
is it
It's
sciatica
nerve pain.
the nerve pain in the
Yeah,
back, right?
it's like your lower back and into your thighs. So it's like it comes from irritation from like over exercising or like
Overstimulating it.
overstimulating.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um so
Well,
like if he
yeah,
has
he that
sciatica
yeah,
like full up, like he probably doesn't have many more year. I mean, he's over 40, so
right,
like we don't know how many more years in general he has, but like when it
right.
comes to being able to play professional sports. But
No, I mean,
this is not a thing that will just go away. This is
no,
a
I
thing like we're
mean,
gonna see load management and less.
they said 3 to 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks before he makes his. But
Yeah.
in all seriousness, that if you had a sciatica before, if you ever had that type of injury, you literally can't do anything. Like
No.
you literally get treatment every single day,
Yeah, it's
some way,
tingling and
shape, or
numbness in
form.
your back are like the smallest symptoms. Like
Yeah,
playing professional sports on hard court with like numb back is
right,
like at minimum what he would be dealing with.
right,
Um, but like this, there are like some people can get it all the way down into their like knees and ankles and stuff. So if he's dealing
yeah,
with joint pain or
yeah,
anything, it can also be related to it. It can lead to like muscle weakness and like severe pains and stuff.
Yeah. It'll and that's what I'm saying. I don't and as he gets older, he knows that these things are going to continually creep up
Yeah.
on him.
And this
Even
sort of thing,
yeah,
this will get worse like over
yeah,
time. Like this isn't going to
yeah,
be something where he's like, oh, we'll take the first few weeks of the season off and then he'll be able to carry the team on his back. Like
right.
this is going to be,
Well, he can I this way I think he'd be able to get over it in 2 weeks, right? But
yeah,
that require him to literally, when I mean literally do nothing. Like you go home, you get the work done, you
yep,
go home, you sit down, you relax, you come back, you get it
cold
again.
tub, hot stuff,
Yeah, yeah, just and you continually get
numbing, like
that treatment,
just
yeah,
constantly work.
to get that tingling or get that feeling back the way you had it before. And
Yep,
then even going forward to prevent it, you have to do certain things, right? So
yep,
you physically maybe, he might not be able to play as many minutes as he wants to. I
yeah.
mean,
Probably going
cold
to be
weather.
on a minute limitation.
Yeah, I mean that and the cold weather cities like
Oh yeah,
he can't go from Minnesota to Miami,
no,
right? If he goes from Minnesota to Miami, he might have to take he might not unless they have a day off built in between. He may
yep,
have to take one of those,
take a game off.
yeah, game off.
I'm sure you might have
So
to like elevation stuff might bother him as well, like muscles
yeah,
and stuff like that, since it's attached to
him
the
going
nerve.
to yeah him going to Denver
Yeah,
might be a problem. If he's not again, if he's already in Denver for a day or two, it might be fine. But he
yeah.
probably can't go from
This is going
he
to be a
can't go.
thing.
Yeah,
He has to be more like aware than the average player, but also
right,
more than like the average person about his own like,
right,
capacities. And like his doctors, they're going to be doing more testing and stuff on
right,
his mobility and that sort of thing. Um, the thing that I would be concerned about is like having some sort of flare up in game. Um, so they would need to be like rather confident that he's not gonna like twist the wrong way
right.
and like lock up his nervous system and then go
Exactly. Yep.
into severe pain in that exact moment. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want him to then become a liability, not only to
Definitely.
himself, but also like to the game itself. You don't want to have to like go out there and be like, well, I hope he doesn't get hurt. Like, no,
Well,
like we're not.
considering that there's still also maybe something on the table for them to
Yeah,
turn around and maybe make a trade mid-season if if it doesn't work out or
yeah,
they're in a certain spot where it's not a it's a win-win situation. If we move him to X, then we get this, and then we have a shot to win to get a playoff spot,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Even though we all know that's probably not going to happen, right? That's probably off
No,
season
but
thing, but you always want that option, right? So that
yeah,
you don't want that to ruin that portion of it. So,
no, exactly.
but yeah, but it'll just like anything else, man. It'll work its way out, just like anything else. That's why I said by mid-season we'll
Yeah,
figure where everybody should be at, and if there's any surprises that should come along.
absolutely. All right. Want to move on to our next topic?
Yes, sir. Let's sorry, I got coaching stuff. People are
You're
texting
good.
me coaching stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I took off. So just I am now well, I'm going to guess a volunteer or associate, whatever you want to call it, head coach for a high school team around here, around in New Jersey.
yeah,
So I'm doing that now, and now I help coach my son's flag football team. So I
yeah.
got a lot of coaching things going on. Crazy as it
Coach man.
sounds.
There we go, coach.
So my phone is like it's always lit up now.
There we go.
Um, so going to the NFL because then we'll go into our next what's the big topic that we're actually talking about.
Yes, sir.
But the quarterback changed for the Browns, which turned it subsequently to Joe Flacco getting sent to
Yep.
the Bengals. That guy still making money, Joe Flacco.
Bro, shout out Joe Flacco. He
Yeah,
should
shout out to that
retire,
guy.
but I feel scared for him, to be honest, if this is going to be the first thing we're talking about, just on like the amount of pressure he's going to be under behind that line.
I mean, I think I know why they did it because even so, I think Burrow doesn't come back for another what 2 weeks or is it three? I'm trying. They said I
I
think
get
it's another three.
earliest it's 3.
Right. I'm trying to think. I think it's
It's supposed to come back.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's another looking it up too. I'm pretty sure it's another uh see, I don't know which one to trust. I'll go look at Sports Illustrated.
Yahoo's not pulling up when he's supposed to be back.
Yeah, I got it on Sports Illustrated.
Middle of December.
Yeah,
That's the timeline that Rappaport put out.
yeah. So I mean, they got another month, about a month, another month and like 2 weeks of another month and 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And you know, I I see why they did it, just to make sure that things are stable. I can see that. But I see why they did it. I can get it. I can see why they did it.
yeah. Well, Browning's terrible. Browning looked
I
really,
mean,
really bad.
there's
I
only
don't.
there's only one good thing about Browning, and it's not on the football field. So,
Yeah.
right. So I mean, the only thing I don't like about the whole QB situation is not that I'm pulling for Shador. I'm saying like Shador, but honestly, if you were going to do this, why wouldn't you have just done this like during the off
So
season? Like
yeah.
just let Gabriel be the starter for a couple of weeks. And even to like if you listen to the NFL experts on NFL Network and all these other places, they all say the same thing. Like why put him through that now? Like knowing full well if the team wasn't going to do any good or
Yeah.
wasn't going to be in position to win, why not have Shador or Dylan start the season? And then if Dylan Gabriel isn't working out the way you thought he was, whether
Yeah.
because of size or whatever it is, then maybe then you could put Shador in for the rest of the season to see how that pans out. Right.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done at the beginning. So that way they both got the reps, the first team reps to play with those guys.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I
So
agree with that.
I mean, I like I said, I think Dylan Gabriel is a nice player, but
He seems good. Yeah. I mean, I think he'll probably have physical limitations, and I don't know how great his
well,
projection looks on this team.
so there was a throw, and I'll say just because I watched it, just because there was nothing else on, because it was first thing in the morning and coming from London, right? But he literally had a throw where his trajectory when he threw it, it was a nice throw. Don't get me wrong, but because from, he wasn't throwing it from here, right? He was throwing it from here.
Yeah.
The guy was able to get a beat on. Now it wasn't. He didn't get picked off, but
Yeah.
you could tell like, and I'm not saying like it's because I mean Doug Flutie had a hell of an arm, but Doug Flutie knew how to get the ball up and over, and
Yeah.
knows how to maneuver. I'm not sure he knows. Like I don't know if that
Yeah. No.
just
Yeah.
because he's a middle of the field type of guy when he throws the
Yeah.
ball. He's
No.
not
Very true.
he's not a throw to the sideline type of guy. So it's going to be
Yeah.
kind of tough to get it to your outside receivers if you don't. Number one, if you can't see them, if you can't see the
Yeah.
coverage, right? That's number one. Number two is you having to throw that out pattern or that throw over top of a cover two or any type of coverage where you got to drop it in the bucket.
Yeah.
It's just going to be hard for you to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly. It's all about how you view the field and how you can
yeah,
read the play and what you can physically execute. Do we want to hop into the our main thing for this week real quick? Just because I'm running out of time. I
all
got
right.
some stuff I gotta get to later.
All right. One other thing, though, the turf injuries
Yeah.
are the tougher turf injuries are bad because of just because of the bad surfaces. And I do agree with everybody that you're making more than $1 billion on making more than $1 billion. Like there's no reason why you
Yeah.
can't.
No, we should be
You
having
should be
full
using
grass
grass
or
fields
yeah, oh yeah.
or do like Arizona Cardinals do. They
Yeah.
literally have the
Move the
field
field.
sit. Yeah, have the
Yeah.
field sitting under. They move the fields around. So, but no, yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, so to get to the meat of our deal today, we are talking about our top five quarterbacks so far in the in the league. Now, again,
Yeah.
you can stack them any way you want, but we're talking about the top five so far. So I know me and you were on, but um, should I start with Kev's first, or should I start with Merritt's first? I got Kev's. He personally emailed that texted to me. Do you think I should start with Kev's first, or
Yeah, do Cubs.
all right? Because he said he didn't want to get ridiculed on a. He said he didn't want to get picked on. I don't. I don't. I mean, I thought the list was pretty good, but so I don't know if he. I don't. He didn't have it in any particular order. He just kind of just put it in this order. He
Yeah.
has Josh Allen, Herbert, Golf, Daniel Jones, Baker, and is that it? Yeah, one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, and Baker, and then he says as an honorable mention, Aaron Rodgers and Justin Fields, which I can sort of see that. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously Justin Fields is with the team that's what he's on. Like, I mean, if he had better help, I could see that being a difference. But yeah,
Yeah. That makes sense.
but I
Um,
actually I actually don't have a problem with his list. Like, I actually think
hmm,
that he's kind of right on with what is being asked with the quarter of the season they have going through.
yeah.
I
I mean
mean,
that Indiana team looks great. Daniel Jones is playing great football. Um,
feel bad for the Giants letting that boy
they did it to themselves.
go. I know. Although, so all right. So, want me to do merits now?
Yeah, why not? I can
All
see
right.
here what Merritt's got going.
All right. So, to merits. So merits is basically the same with a couple of changes near him. He has again. I don't know if this is no particular order. This is just the way he had it sent to me. Josh Allen, Stafford, Mayfield, Mahomes, and Drake May.
Okay.
Again, I don't have a problem with it. What I would say is I like Drake May. I think Drake May is doing okay. I don't think Drake May is top five as of this moment. I think there's other people that I would put there in front of him. Um, but I don't have a problem with this list because I mean the top four are literally those top four are literally playing. I mean
They're playing great football.
they're playing great football.
Yeah. I would have Drake May in my top 10, but probably
Yeah, I
not my
would not
top
at the
five.
top five. No,
He's definitely great. He's playing great
no,
football.
he's
He
definitely playing great.
eviscerated my Bills defense on Monday, so Sunday night. But I don't quite know if he's top 10.
I only
He's
the
I
only
think he's
reason,
comparable
yeah,
to Daniel Jones. I might have them like five and
and
six or
that's
six and
yeah,
seven or
that's
something.
where that's yeah, yeah. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one. So let's hear your list because your list is interesting because you and Merritt sort of got
Yeah.
it. That's
So
funny.
I made my list last week.
Uh-huh.
And I had it at Josh, Lamar, Patrick, Dak, and Herbert. But I think
Okay.
Dak is five and Herbert's four.
Okay.
Um, after his most recent week, though, I don't know how valid that is. Lamar's now injured. Um, didn't play well before the
Hmm.
injury. Herbert didn't look awesome, but his team is getting consistently more and more injured
Right.
recently. Josh didn't play great against the Patriots defense, but that defense is very good.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, Dak's team isn't great, but I think that he is a player has been a large reason they're having any modicum of success. I mean, he's 10-3 for touchdown and interception splits.
Hmm.
He's a 71% completion percentage. He's an averaging a 101 passer rating, which
Hmm.
is not quite as good as like Daniel Jones or Drake May, if I can pull his up. Yeah, no, not quite as good as either of those, but still it's an above average.
Right.
Um, and I don't know, I can't be mad at 7 yards of completion, especially
Right.
on that team with an injured CD,
Mhm.
which is why I have him boosted up. But
So
that would be my top.
mine is I really don't have like an order for them. So I say
I'm okay.
Josh. I'm no, you're good. I was gonna go. Allen, Allen Mahomes, Stafford, Mayfield, and I was gonna say Daniel Jones in there too because he's been playing lights out as well. But again, just like Kevin and just like you and even Merritt, like there's a couple of guys that you definitely put in there like that's in the top 10, but they're not in the top five. Like Drake May will be one of those guys. Rodgers has been playing really well. Justin Fields for what he has been playing pretty well. Same thing with Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen
For
Hurts might
me,
not, yeah, Jalen Hurts is not really like world beating anybody,
yeah, I mean, he's
but
not
he's
throwing the
winning.
ball like a ton, but he's winning games.
He's winning,
The
right?
guy that we
He's
haven't,
finding a way to win, right? I mean, despite
yeah,
whatever it is, he's finding a way to win. So that'd be my top five. So Josh Allen, Stafford, Mayfield, Mahomes, and Jones.
yeah,
But again, that's just that they're playing ahead and above. And again, the same thing with Dak. I think Dak is playing well, but I think Dak's playing well because, or in spite of, I'm not gonna say
yeah,
because, but in spite of
what's
what he's
happening
had,
around him.
what's
Yeah.
happening around him. Now,
The person
you,
that I think we should mention is Sam Darnold.
I,
Because
I,
he had a rough game, but he's averaging 114 QBR, and
mm,
he's gone 9 for 3 on a 73%
my only
completion rate.
problem with him, being in that group, which is that probably that next 5 or 6 players, is his consistency in this game
Yeah,
is where I've had like even the
yeah,
first couple of games, he'll have lulls in the game where he's not
yeah.
playing well.
No,
So
he relies on the deep ball. He has the most deep balls
right,
besides Daniel Jones of any of these like top guys that we're talking about. He's got like four averaging more than 50 yards.
right, and
So
that's where like I'm sitting like I would love to put the guy like that in there because I think he really
yeah,
deserves it for the hard work he's put in. But
I mean, I think he's going to need
yeah,
some more time to settle into that offense.
yeah,
But
yeah,
that team, I think, is
definitely.
going to be good. I was hating on them more than I thought that I should have.
I always hate on him. You know why? Because they're in my division, so I'm always going to hate on him.
Fair, fair. All
But
right.
yeah, really quickly, blue and gold banter. Blue and gold. I'm sorry, blue and gold. Talk. The golf team won their championship for
Shout
the
out the
big.
golf team.
You know, shout out to the golf team. They can if the golf team can rub off on the rest of those guys and let them know how to win.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
and then volleyball team won against Kansas, which was a big win. But again, because we were supposed to do this last week, I wrote this aside me. I didn't get a chance to look.
I'm pulling it
Uh,
up right now to see how they've done.
yeah, the basketball and football teams have they're in the swing of being ready and stuff like that. So I mean, the basketball team was just been getting look. They look like they were solid. They had a couple inner squad scrimmages, so they look
Yeah,
solid. They'll be fine, and just gotta look at to see what the schedule looks like and how the players are going to pan out and how their rotation is going to go.
very
The
true.
football team, which is kind of crazy, Nico's leaving,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'll say this. Well, I'll save it for my rant. Be honest with you, I'll save it for my rant because we
All
got to
right.
do the rant. So,
Yeah.
um,
Do you want to head
you're
into
gonna,
that now?
yeah,
I
you
mean,
got
I
you got the
think,
timer, yeah.
yeah, I
Uh,
can pull it up right now.
uh,
Um,
and then I'll
Ready?
start, and then I told you were all right. So
Three.
my country roads rant. Am I good to go? My country roads rant today is about Nico leaving. I understand why you're leaving, sir, and I get it, but you have to see it through. I understand you don't like the situation, but if you were bad before and you have to get better, sometimes you have to take your lumps. Unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? So
Yeah.
I wish he would stay because I think he would galvanize what you have, and then the incoming players could see what what could be done, what has been done, and what would look like going forward. But sorry to see you go, but I wish you would stay. But I mean, it sucks, but
Hmm? With
all
some
right.
extra seconds to spare.
Yeah. Let
Um,
me
all right.
get my timer on, and I got you. I'm saying, yeah, clock timer. All right, and
All right.
yeah.
My country roads rant this week is about the Buffalo Bills. Um, I I know they're dealing with injury on the defensive line. I know that the defense is weaker than it has been in the past. I know that it's a
Mhm.
divisional game, but you cannot bust out a brand new uniform, do your first like white out game, and get beat by the Patriots. And like the media is taking this in like a direction where it's like, oh, like it's like coming of age, like the welcome party of the New England Patriots this season, like all this shit. No, I'm sorry, no. Like this team is good. Don't get me wrong, the defense is solid. Offenses, they seem to be working, but no, this this Bills team has to walk into Foxborough whenever this game is in Foxborough later in the season, and they gotta hang 45 on this team. Like you can't be a contender and then be in so many of these like low scoring games against shitters. So
Okay.
that would be my rant.
That be your rant. It's
Yeah,
always a rant about Buffalo Bills. Feel sorry for you.
it's gotta be,
Anyway,
bro. Yeah, so I'll do our intro and get us out of here.
you mean
We're
your outro?
looking, yeah, that's what I meant. Outro, my bad, guys. Looks like we've been at this probably about an hour or so, so we're
Not bad.
looking pretty good on the time. I hope you all have enjoyed the episode. Remember to take care and spike your hair. You can follow Kevin at kcueva624 on Instagram. You can follow Merritt at Merritt_P on Instagram. And you can find the podcast on all social media platforms at the Manly Musings Pod. You can listen to us on all podcasting platforms and Spotify. And if you're not watching this on video, you can watch the video on YouTube. Um, really, anywhere you want to look, you can find us. Thank you for hanging out with Cyrus and I this week. Next week, hopefully, we'll get more of the gang back together. But take care of yourselves and have a good night. Peace, y'all.